All right, thanks.
That would be great. If he was the Nigerian, the Colorado kid. Yeah.
And we need everybody to come out there because this is a real United Nations type of card. The aggregate of all of this is what we're trying to do is emulate the United Nations and give them something that they can do with frivolity and enjoy and entertainment and excitement.
The United Nations should go in there and just start beating the crap out of each other. Probably get more done.
I'm inviting the whole Security Council to come down and be our guests because since they fight so well in the UN, I think there would be an example right there in Madison Square Garden. So the entire Security Council is invited to the fight here at Madison Square Garden while they're in session here at New York at the UN.
Don, what do you think? I have a question about Mike Tyson because it's like, there was something about Tyson. It's like at one point he grabbed people in a way like I think that in a way Ali did, where you just thought this guy could be the greatest you've ever seen. I don't know how you guys on the inside saw him, but the public has this fascination with him that started before it became a train wreck, when he was like, Kid Dynamite, when he was just destroying everybody. What is it about Tyson that made people? Because I got caught up in it too, and I didn't even know why I love this guy so much.
Well, I got caught up in it. I'm still in it. I love Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson was one of the throwbacks to what that form of manhood and fighting that you could emulate, imitate, or you could get in there and when you're shaving, instead of saying take it off, take it all off, you would say you would think that I'll knock him out like Tyson did. He was a knockout artist, so he had an infectious smile and he could get people there. And he big and strong as he was, and he talking to little baby boy. You know what I mean? So it was just tremendous. So he was a great gladiator. He just listened to people talking to him, whispering in his ears what made him aberrate from the norm. And this is what happened to him. But, I have nothing but love for Mike Tyson, a lot of respect. I'm sorry that he did himself in like he did, because it was what they call immolition, you know what I mean? And so it was a thing that we have to deal with. But, hey, I wish him well, whatever he does. But, boy, was he a terrific fighter. He had people coming from everywhere to see just what you're talking about, the excitement of that big punch. That's what you're going to see Saturday night at the Garden. The big punch is going to be prevalent.
Faith, hope, and glory, right?
Faith, hope and glory.
Saturday at Madison Square Garden.
Everybody. We want everybody in New York to come on down. This is truly a melting pot of this great United States.
Boxing back at the Garden.
As we're talking about fighters here. Oscar De La Hoya. Did you see the pictures?
He's just smiling.
We just shut up Don King.
Wow. That never happened.
We just figured out how to...
I've never seen you speechless in my life.
Oh, Anthony. You know what I mean? And I'm just thinking about what a great show we're going to have and to thank Jim Dolan for that, because so many people to thank on this show. We couldn't have done it without Jim Dolan giving us a site.
Sure.
Or a guy named Ken Hirschman at Showtime. He's one of the top executives in the world. He's the head of a boxing over there in their program for Matt Blank. He's a tremendous guy. He's ingenious in his visionary powers to be able to bring the best to Showtime, you know what I mean, and let everybody know what it is. What time is it? Showtime.
And he would never wear a bikini.
No. He's a visionary television executive, and Les Moonves, you should be very proud of him.
Hey, Don, if it had been De La Hoya, would they have called it the Rumble in Lane Bryant?
Well, I was just thinking, that we got this great card with Santos. You got Daniel Santos is taking on Jose Rivera.
He's bobbing and weaving.
He's
it's really great. All the Puerto Ricans in New York, we love you. Tito Trinidad will be fighting here on January 19th. But right now, Viva Puerto Rico is Daniel Santos and
Oscar was
Jose
on the bill,
Rivera.
If Oscar was on the bill, you'd have to change the name to Faith, Hope, and what is he wearing?
Well, back at that time,
Faith, Hope, and Gloria.
Faith, Hope, and Glory Hole.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, well, it's really
Don's going to run through everybody. And the people that clean up at the Garden. You got to give them a hand. They clean up the...
Yes. Oh, you're right, Anthony, because, he's telling you right, all the enclosed environs that are listening to Opie and Anthony this morning, he is telling you right. Come on down to the Garden on October the 6th on Saturday, because we need you. We want you to be there en masse to demonstrate to the world that all around the world, New York is the greatest city in the world because they named it twice. It's so good. New York, New York. And so to Mayor Bloomberg, we want you there. And we want to be able to thank everyone to help us to make this thing possible. This fight is not made by me alone. This one is made by Ken Hirschman of Showtime.
We're losing
Jim Dolan of Madison Square Garden.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yes, Isaiah. a basketball player. Oh, it's so great. Throw the ball through the hoop, Isaiah. I'm telling you, it's wonderful. Opie and Anthony, 92.3 K-Rock.
Thank you so much.
Is there anybody? This is an odd question.
Love being promoted.
That's Jim Norton. No, that's Jim Norton. Will you please give Jim Norton the floor?
Jim Norton,
The
please.
fact that he remembered my name, nobody ever remembers my name. That makes me very happy that Don King knows my name.
Very famous.
What's in the name? That what we call a rose band. The other name was Smell It Sweet.
That's true.
Yes, remember the name.
The immortal
name is
bard.
the most important. Jim Norton, y'all.
Was there anybody you had to deal with? I'm going to guess it might have been Mobutu. Or was there anybody you had to deal with that really made you nervous? I mean, you have dealt with a lot of very interesting individuals being in the game you're in, and you went to Zaire.
Some shady characters.
I mean, you made that happen in Zaire. I mean, with a lot of their money. I mean, was he like the most frightening guy you ever dealt with?
No, he's on the contrary. He was very sophisticated. You know, this guy had been educated, I guess, up there in Oxford or Cambridge or somewhere in England, and he come out of the bush. You know what I mean? But he was a very talented young man, and he had great oratory capabilities, and he was a delight because he loved Muhammad Ali, and he wanted to have this done. But a guy named Manduga Bula is the one who really was the interceder between us, and he would work with us and tell us how to work with Mobutu Sese Seko. His name was Joseph Desiree Mobutu, and it was from the Belgian Congo, so he wanted to take his country back, crying out for freedom, just like we do or everyone else is. And so he had to organize all of these Nigerians, Zawarians or whatever they are. So he had to be able to talk to them and get them together, and he did. Then he went back to the native Joseph. He dropped the name of Joseph Desiree Mobutu and took on Mobutu Sese Seko. You know what I mean? So then everybody had to do the indigenous names that would speak their language. He gave them a sense of pride and dignity that was hitherto not done over there.
Is it true that he actually, this story on When We Were Kings, that he rounded up all the criminals to make Zaire safe and was like when it was randomly having prisoners killed to let you know that you're connected? I mean, was that true, or is that just the stuff of...
Well, I don't know, but he did, we had a crime drop in, what they call a crime rate.
Yeah.
It dropped precipitously.
Okay, well.
You know what I mean? So everybody was good, man. Everybody was safe, you know what I mean? Because he wanted the news to go out that Zaire was it, you know what I mean? And
that's a great movie.
And we had a movie, we had a reporter named was Chimpupu Wa Chimpupu, and he would do all kind of stuff, man. You know what I mean?
Chimpupu Wa Chimpupu.
He would censor the press. He would send guys. He sent them over to Iceland somewhere on the way coming into to Zaire. But he was a good guy, you know what I mean? But he just didn't understand that you don't censor, you do things straight out and report the news. But just, again, it shows the example of how great America is.
Right on.
Support our troops. Support our
You've
troops.
been with some interesting people.
You've had people accuse you of some very unsavory things in boxing.
Absolutely.
And I can tell just by listening to you and watching you, you never are going to out-talk Don King on a point. It's just not going to happen. You're amazing. But they're always accusing you of stealing from boxers and hurting boxers. And what is your typical response to that?
Well, you know what? They got to always understand that you have to do like Jesus, and he says, he without sin, let him cast the first stone. Judge not, yet you be judged, You know what I mean? So in Matthew 7:12, it says, do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. Whenever you're good at whatever you do, you're always going to be accused. The higher you go up, those who will stand on the line and do nothing, they don't want to get into the game. They don't want to get into the chance of losing to go against the chance of winning. They don't want to take risks. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you take risks and you succeed, then you're going to have people that's going to be jealous, you know what I mean? And I think it was Shakespeare that said, trifles light as air are to the jealous confirmation as strong as holy writ. You know what I mean? So you got to understand that whatever they say, I'm still standing. You know what I mean? Now you got to understand. That's the bottom line, Anthony and Opie. Listen, the CIA, the IRS, Interpol, you know what I mean, the FBI, the police departments, do you know with all the accusations that they have made against me, the allegations that they have made against me, that if any of them were true, I wouldn't be sitting here on 92.3.
Oh, God, here we
know what I mean? I'd be busting rocks in that thing there. So you got to take it like it is. You can't have it. You got to take the bitter with the sweet. So, I love the life I live, and I live the life I love. You got to say what you mean and mean what you say.
The paths of the righteous man bisect on all sides.
Hallelujah.
Tease.
Talk to him, man.
So you haven't seen the Oscar De La Hoya pictures, and you've never fixed a fight.
Never.
That's what you're saying today, right?
I can't say that I haven't seen some photographs.
All right.
Because Oscar's always been fighting for me.
Yeah.
But fix the fight, never.
All right.
You know what I mean? Because you don't get no chance on that at all. You know what I mean? They would love to catch me doing anything. I'm accused of the Johnstown flood, the World War II, you know what I mean? The Lindbergh kidnapping, you know what I mean? The Brinks job, whatever it is that they can find, they will label it on me. So I have a Pope-like